I have a question for you guys. What if you took the muscle car out of the Mustang? What if you had the option of making the Mustang into a sports car that did everything well? It went fast, it stopped great, it handled great, and it lost that nose-heavy feeling. Well, I have a car for you. The Shelby Terlingua Mustang. Now, you probably never heard of this, and for good reason, because it's brand new. We've got one of the first ones here. Now, what is it? It's a V6. Now, before you start laughing at me and saying, Matt, you're crazy, why are you driving a V6 Mustang? This is not your average, everyday V6 Mustang, and I will show you why. You hear that? That's the sound of a Vortex supercharger running at about 6 pounds of boost with 375 horsepower. It's not bad. It's really not bad at all. In fact, I've driven every single car in the Shelby lineup, from the Shelby GT, the GT500, the KR, which we've seen before, and even the Super Snake. And at high speed, believe it or not, the V6 Terlingua is by far the most stable car. It's also the best handling car, because all of that weight you save by having the V6 engine comes out of the nose. So the car has a much better weight distribution that is virtually 50-50. So if you think about it, this car on a short road course like a Lime Rock or one of the shorter Pocono courses or Mid-America, this car will murder fools. I like it a lot. If the Shelby GT500 is a power lifter, great grunt off the line, tons of torque, then this is like a gymnast. It emphasizes braking, agility, flexibility, things that you want out of a track race car and not a stoplight or quarter-mile race car. So how do you buy a Terlingua? Well, there's two ways. Either you drop your V6 Mustang off at Shelby's headquarters, or you call them and say you want a brand new one. That begs the question, what does it actually cost and what do you get for your money? Well, a base V6 Mustang is 15 grand, give or take. Fully loaded, 18 grand, based out, 14 grand, okay? No problem. Then you add the Terlingua functional aerodynamic kit with the hood, including the graphics. You add the big wheels, 20-inch Shelby wheels. They're great looking, by the way. You add the big Brembo brakes. You add the short shifter with the special edition Terlingua knob on it. You add the side exhaust with headers that sounds fantastic. And last but not least, you add the Vortex supercharger. That total package, all said and done, only going to cost you 18 grand on top of the base Mustang. So basically, you could get into one of these cars for 35 grand, okay, and have a car that is better looking, better handling, faster, and better stopping than a Mustang GT for essentially the same price. And having now driven this car for 2 days, I can tell you that this car gets way more attention than a GT would ever get. On top of that, you get good fuel economy. That is to say, if you can avoid not winding this motor out all the way, which I have a very hard time doing, especially on a road like this. What am I saying here? I can conclude definitively that the Shelby Terlingua Mustang is the only way to have fun taking the muscle out of the muscle car. "17 miles north of Fort Davis, Texas, we are here at the McDonald Observatory. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't want to be here at the McDonald Observatory, except a shoddy burnout attempt resulted in a flat tire on our Terlingua. So while we sit here for a couple hours and wait for a giant semi-truck that says Shelby on the side of it to come fix it for us because the donut doesn't fit on the big brake kit, I thought I'd give you an opportunity to hear my concluding thoughts about this fantastic automobile, the Shelby Terlingua Mustang. This car is awesome. Okay, it goes in a completely different direction than cars like the Shelby GT500 KR and the Super Snake do. Those cars are giant power cars. Okay, they can handle all right, but they're still nose heavy because they have huge iron block V8s in front. This car shows exactly what lighter weight and forced induction can do for a performance car. It changes the car completely. So for so long, Shelby has relied on big V8 power. But this is still a Shelby. It still feels like a Shelby, but it's a Shelby sports car, not a Shelby muscle car. With the supercharged 6, the great transmission and shifter, and the fact that it's 270 pounds lighter than even a GT, that combination creates something that is really special to drive. So I'm gonna sit here for a couple hours, wait for my big semi that says Shelby on it to get me the hell out of here, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review of a car that I loved. Peace.